Hello, everyone. It's Nicola Ratte from Travel Only, and we have another special Explore the World coffee chat with Lori Patterson today from Holland America Lines. Lori, before we even start, my last cruise before the pandemic was on the new Statendam, and it was such a great experience. I think it was one of the most beautiful ships I've ever been on. The crew was amazing. The itinerary, of course, was amazing too. But for example, I hosted for Ensemble Travel Group, and we had a cocktail party in one of the venues, and I haven't been there for a while. And then at the last day, we went back, and the bartender, she remembered my name, and that was just like, that never happened before. So it was really, really great. And of course, the food was exceptional. We also had the Tamarind had some special dinners. So we had the rice tafel, and I think Rudy's was also one special. One special day we had the Libre.
Oh my gosh.
It was just amazing.
That's a very special evening.
Yeah, very special. So no, I was very happy with great service, great food. Like, I have nothing bad to say. So
oh, that's fantastic. Thank you.
Yeah. And so how, Lori, how did you get into the Holland America, to travel and into your current
to this
role?
Crazy business? Yeah. Oh, thank you. First off, Nicola, thank you for having me today. I appreciate it. You know what? I've been actually with Holland America Line and Seaboard now for 21 years. Wow. So I've been very, very privileged to represent this brand. But before that, I was actually a frontline travel advisor, such as yourself. So I worked for almost 20 years doing that. And I had a marvelous time. And one of the things that I specialized in was escorting groups. And my favorite cruise line since I was 21 years old and I took my first Holland America Line cruise was Holland America Line.
Oh, okay.
So I have taken many groups with Holland America, and I really got to understand the brand and the nuances and you know, the premium category and what it is that we do so well. So
yeah, so I guess then that's one of your earliest travel experiences too, or?
Well, it is one of my earlier cruise experiences.
Okay, cool.
I was lucky enough to grow up with parents that like to take me places. So my very first trip, I think I was 5 or 6 years old, and we actually flew to Disneyland. We went down, and we flew down to Disneyland with my brother and I, and that was my very first travel experience.
Oh, wow, that's great. Yeah.
So we were lucky enough. I've never cruised with my parents, so unfortunately, but you know, I was very lucky to be able to travel with them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. With the Americans traveling already, I think the Canadians are still a little bit reserved. Where do you see bookings coming in? Like what destinations?
Well, I can tell you from the Canadian marketplace, what we are seeing is a very strong demand for 2022 as well as 2023, mostly for Alaska as well as the European market. Those are very heavily booked, and we're so thrilled. A lot of people are very anxious to return to the sea. And as you mentioned, you know, the Canadians are a little bit more hesitant. So, and I think once we get fully vaccinated, everybody is just going to be ready and raring to go. And I know I can't wait to get back on board.
Me too. Like I wouldn't hesitate in a second to go back.
Me either. Yeah. Me either. There's not going to be a safer place to be, honestly.
Yeah. So that's what I think. So yes. What changes has Holland America made due to COVID? What are some new protocols?
Yeah, and that's a great question, and certainly very foremost on everybody's mind. We are actually returning to sea in just a few short weeks on the Eurodam over in Greece. And we have made a lot of changes on board, and we're working very closely with, of course, the CDC and the EU, as well as the medical experts, to make sure that the onboard experience is, you know, protecting the safety crew and our guests, and of course the destinations that we sail into. That is our highest priority. So, we have made a lot of changes in terms of distancing in the piers. So when people are embarking and disembarking, physical distancing will be in place. We are also requiring our guests to be fully vaccinated at least 2 weeks before they sail. Our crew will be fully vaccinated as well. And we're going to be introducing new cleaning protocols on board, as well as distancing, people in the show lounges in evening, for example, they will be spaced out appropriately. So there's going to be a lot of changes, but we don't want to have it impact the onboard experience, of course. So
Yeah.
a lot of them are very subtle and very much behind the scenes. Everybody is talking about, the food and how that will be affected, the dining experience, because that is so much a huge part of what we do on board. The dining room, of course, the tables will be spaced appropriately and will be done as safe as we can possibly make it. We're putting in ventilation systems, and we're doing all sorts of things to make sure that, the safety is maintained. And truly, it's going to be a very, very safe environment for our guests.
And with the buffet, because you didn't really have that people help themselves. I remember it was always behind glass, and then staff would serve you. So nothing needs to change there, or?
Yeah, we haven't had to make a lot of changes to our buffet area. So, mostly distancing, and maybe a few of the tables where the people are sitting and enjoying their lunches and breakfast. Maybe those tables will be spaced a little bit differently, but we have always been serving in our buffet area for many, many years. It's made it for a very safe environment in our buffet area.
Yeah, super. So
yes, absolutely, because I love our buffet areas. It's fantastic. Our market
there's so many options.
Options, yes, and the food is spectacular. So no, it's going to be.
And also like the high tea in the afternoon, which of course is in the dining room, but it's not buffet. But
yes, we have many areas that are very special on board for dining. But the high tea is spectacular.
Yeah. And then so what is your favorite Holland America itinerary?
Gosh, there's so many, and I have been very blessed to be able to sail many times on Holland, but I have to say our Alaska Land and Sea program is very near and dear to my heart, and it's one of our biggest, product lines. We have a very, very large investment to Alaska. It's a spectacular destination, and the only cruise line that can take our guests into the Yukon territory, and our Land and Sea program is outstanding. We've actually been in Alaska Land and Sea showing guests Alaska for over 75 years.
Wow.
Longer than Alaska has been a state. So much to offer there, and it's just a very, very different experience than the other cruise lines.
I also did the Yukon, the sea and land package. Oh my God, I thought Dawson City, I would be bored after the first day or something. It's oh my God, I could have stayed another day. And Skagway, after the cruise ships have left, it's it's quite different.
A magical place.
Yeah.
And I have been many times, and every time I go, I see something different and I learn something, and the wilderness and just the stillness that and the Yukon. Everybody should go. There really is something there for everybody.
Yes.
It's a beautiful, beautiful part of the world. And we show it and showcase people, Alaska and the Yukon, better than any other line. I say it's a very different experience. We bring Alaska alive on board the ship. We do a lot of exclusive things for our passengers, and it makes a difference. And our ships are uniquely designed to sail in the Alaskan waters. So, we have docking rights right in the port, so your guests can just walk on and off of the ship. You don't have to tender in, and it really makes a difference for the whole experience.
So Alaska, of course, is one of the top destinations. What would you say are the other, two more?
Europe is right behind there, and then our exotics, believe it or not.
Okay. And the world cruises, I guess.
Our Grand World voyages are spectacular, and ours are already out for up to 2023. So we have amazing itineraries, and people love them. You know, as you know, we're known for our destination immersion. So we have over 400 ports of call around the world. So, you know, it's really special, all of the exotics that we see. And I urge people to take a look at them, because a lot of people, we take people to destinations that you can't even get to other than by a cruise ship. So yeah,
it's true.
Fantastic. That's what I'm doing for my retirement. What about you?
I come with you.
Okay.
What would you say is one thing Holland America is known for?
Gosh, you know, there's so many. And in the past couple of years, we've made a lot of changes to the brand, to the onboard experience.
Yes.
I have to say now we are truly the leaders in not only destination immersion, culinary side, you cannot beat it, but I truly believe we are number one in live music at sea.
Yes, so, that was another experience, like,
isn't it?
Music Walk, like with
Music Walk is a brilliant addition.
Yes. Lincoln Center Stage, the BB King, the Billboard, like the Rolling Stone Rock Room, like it's like
just
you
so
just have
fun.
to go there.
Absolutely. And the energy that it has really brought to the brand, it's just, we're so excited. And again, there's something for everybody, you know, no matter what your taste in music is. You don't need a ticket, and you can have, you know, some magnificent shows every single night in Music Walk. So
that's true,
down in BB King Blues Club, am I right? You know, every night, just spectacular shows, and the music is outstanding. So we have excellent performances.
And also, like, the Exploration Lounge is just like amazing, like so interactive, and
yes.
I really
educational. Like, did you learn a lot? Yeah, about the destinations and
the ship.
Yes, it's you know, it's a big part of what we do on board, is to take people to the, you know, the maybe the seldom seen destinations, so we can really bring those alive in Explorations Lounge, and it's a spectacular spot on board.
It is, yes, I totally agree.
Good, I'm glad.
So Lori, what niche markets do you see really fitting well with Holland America?
You know, one of, I would say, the fastest growing markets that we see on board are multi-generations traveling together. The product really is uniquely designed for that as well. I think we carry, you know, very, very well grandparents traveling with their children and grandchildren. We have seen a very, very large increase in families traveling together. And certainly, you know, this last year and a half, we've spent a lot of time apart from our families. So we have seen a great deal of people booking all together with their friends and families, and it's fantastic. Great space to be with people. You know, everybody can kind of do their own thing on board. You can come together at night for spectacular meals and conversations, and just create memories as families. And to me, you know, it's become extremely important. So I think everybody wants that more now, and we welcome that on board.
And too, like, it's lively at night too. Like, it's not like the BB King, like everybody is dancing, and like it's just amazing.
And
so
it truly is. So like I said, there's something for everybody. I mean, that picture right behind you is the Dutch cafe. So,
yes.
You can go and have a beautiful Dutch beer, and then go to BB King Blues Club, then go listen to some classical music at Lincoln Center Stage, top off the night at Rolling Stone Rock Room. And I tell you, that's a busy night.
Yes, it definitely is. And the dwelling pianos.
Oh my gosh. You know, for those late night folks, that is a very, very fun place to be. So, you know, we were known, I would say, for many, many years for a little more subdued evening entertainment time at Holland America Line, but that is absolutely not the case anymore. So, you know, everybody needs to come on board and see for yourself exactly what we have to offer. So it's a very, very fun experience.
Yeah. And it's so true, because usually I go to bed early, and I think on those 14 days, I mean, maybe it was also because it was so light, but
Yeah.
like I think sometimes it was 2 o'clock at night, like that I went to the cabin,
Listen
and
to
that
you.
hasn't happened since I was like in like high school. Like,
And I don't think many people would have heard that before on Holland America, that you would be up till 2 a.m. partying.
So, oh God. So, Lori, if you could go anywhere right now, where would you go?
Oh my gosh, my bag is sitting right here and packed and ready to go. Personally, like I say, I love Alaska land and sea, but probably Europe is one of my favorite places to sail, especially on Holland America Line. As you know, we were born there almost 150 years ago, so we've been in business for a long time. We were born over in Rotterdam, and Europe is showcased so well on board the ship. So it's that really European flavor that we offer. And when you are sailing in the Mediterranean on Holland America, it just brings that all closer. And I love Italy. I love all of the Mediterranean. It just is a brilliant, brilliant destination. I'm a big foodie. I love to eat.
Me too.
I sail, and you know, it makes for a wonderful, wonderful vacation. So
Yes, I totally agree. Like, as I said, I only have great experience with Holland America, and like from the ships, the artwork, the food, like the entertainment, it was just fantastic. Like the
it
ship,
really is, you
yeah.
know, and the ships are mid-size, and our staff are just fantastic. And it had a lot of staff that have been with us on board 20, some 30 years. So it says a lot about us that our staff want to stay on board, and they greet our guests, as you said, by name. And you know, it's those little things and that great attention to detail that makes us so special.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Lori, for
Oh my
joining
gosh,
us today. I wish we had more time.
I do
But
too. Yeah.
and I know you guys are busy now with new bookings, and
Yes,
that's
it's wonderful.
fantastic. And hopefully we Canadians can join you soon.
Well, they are, and we are seeing it coming a little bit slower, like I said, than the US, but it is definitely going in the right direction. And I appreciate your support greatly, Nicola. Thank you so much for
Oh,
having me.
you're welcome. Thank you, Lori, and bye,
Okay,
everyone.
bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.